Hey everybody, it's Glidercat and it's time to play. We are back in FortressCraft Evolved working on our hivemind farm. Was neglected for many episodes, but we're finally starting to scale this thing up. We have a couple things I think we need to do. One, I need to confirm that I hooked up my resin. I don't think I did. How do we want to do this? Let's go up on the side. Got to do a little bit of work on the roof here, and then we will then we'll get working on the back side. But let's jump right in and get to it. We're doing this because this refined liquid resin is a key ingredient to the fuel that we're going to need for our missiles. So we need to scale this up. And missiles we need desperately because our CPH keeps getting just beat on, keep getting destroyed. I think it's like every 4 or 5 attacks, hordes that come through end up destroying us. Okay, yeah, we didn't do this part yet. Let's get our liquefied but unrefined resin routed. That looks like it might be right. Let's see. The right height. Looks good. And this other guy is going to be a problem. Aren't you? Yes, you are. But that's okay. We're going to rework this stuff in a minute. I'm going to take this out temporarily. Oof, I don't like doing it, but I'm going to do it. You, or maybe just you for now. How's that? That's fine. Doop doop. And last time we just... Did we give this a buffer? No, we're right on the edge. Right on the edge of the building. So we can do the same here. Boom. And one more. Okay, there's all our liquefied resin. Comes through here. Boom. And it's going to make its way down this huge side of the building. I'm not going to walk over there because I'm going to fall off for sure. We could put a solar panel on top of this thing. I don't think we need to, really. I'm going to do it just for the heck of it. Boom, fine. Okay, we're done on the ceiling, right? Done on the roof. We've got infused coal just trickling in. That could be a sign of a bigger problem we're going to have to solve later. Not quite sure yet. Yeah, we're safe to come down through here. And then we want to go all the way down and work our way over to the other side, basically. We're going to be doing some kind of pillaring up on that side. Oops. Maybe I'll take one of these out while we're standing here. Break up the workload. Anybody in here? No. I'll take you, actually. So we're not going to bother with more ablaters and stuff right now, but we are going to get this resin down. And it needs to come out somewhere over here. How many we got? 3 blocks. And then there's going to be a belt going downwards, right? It's you. Down. We can bring that down like this. And like so. We'll see if there's room. I'll set up one more refiner setup here. And then we'll just come straight into this belt for now. With the refined product, or with the with the refined product. How do we want to do this? Just thinking about how much we want to work this process. We can put in, if we want, we could put in all of these. Should we do that or should we not? Let's do it. We're going to have we know we're going to have hoppers here. Boom. And then belt down, or belts coming across. Right. The extra, we're going to lose some material here. I'm not too worried about it. Okay, that is that one, right? Put the hopper in. Belt going down. Next floor. Hopper. You can see there's hard resin right behind the wall. A ton of it. And this comes this way. You said 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Belt's coming at us. 1, 2, 3. Belt, not quite. Belt going down to unload the hopper. And then can I lean over and bring this up? Where is... Belt, this one's in the way. That's not supposed to be there. This guy comes up like that. Okay. I like it. We're making progress. Up, 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 up. We may not need all of these banks of ablators, but I'm going to assume we do. Oh, I don't want that. Hopper, 2 down. 1, 2, 3. That's us. I suppose I could center click to get that block again. We got a lot of these, huh? That's why I don't do the center click. I usually scroll when I center click. My scroll wheel's kind of loose, I think. Maybe. So I'm not a big fan of center clicking in games, even though it's usually tied to a pretty powerful function, just like this, where we copy the existing block. I like it. I just don't like it with my mouse, my particular mouse that I have. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, now it's going to be a little tricky. Down we go. Okay, I gotta go up a little or down. Go down. Not quite. Am I gonna get that back? Yeah, it looks like I did. There we go. Nice. I like it. That is all of the liquefied resin from the sides of that big tunnel. Coming down. Now we've got to set up at least one little refining station. And then we're going to move on to other stuff, and I will scale this out maybe between episodes. There's a lot of times where I can't record content. And so this is a game that's got a lot of homework and a lot of stuff that I can do kind of off camera once we've already seen how it's done. Like when we did this side. I need to do that on the other sides. So I can do some of that off camera. All right, let's see what we got here. This is a little bit difficult to untangle. In this little pile of machinery here, behind this solar panel here, I've got a resin refiner. And it's 1 block up off of the ground because I'm trying to save as many sides as I can for solar panels. And if I lift it up 1, then I can use the spot underneath it. So that's why it's kind of above the ground. And the spot underneath it, I'm using for the input of liquid resin that has not yet been refined. Let's do it. Here it goes. This is unrefined liquid resin coming in. And it's going into a hopper. This doesn't have to be a storage hopper. It could just be a logistics hopper. Probably should. No, it has to be a storage hopper. Sorry. It needs, like 8 of these at a time. The refiner does. I think I've got one on me, too. One more. That's you. Liquid resin refiner. So we'll pop it on top. Boink. Then we've got all kinds of silliness here. Okay, we've got these blocks, refined concrete blocks on both sides, just to house solar panels. I think I still have some on me. We may run into the material shortage when we want to make a bunch more solar panels. They're not cheap. And we don't have the materials automated really to make those, so it's a little dubious. We got to scale that up at some point. Okay, then I got a screwy container coming off the side here. That's going to be our output. This needs to be remove only. We don't want them to put refined resin in there. I should probably check this one too, just make sure it's not loaded. Yeah, that's remove only, so we're good. Again, that's one of those settings that's super easy to overlook. And then your factory can get backed up because the hopper gets filled up with the wrong material and clogs the input of one of your machines. So it looks like we're in good shape. Here, we got that remove only. Now we need another hopper for our output. Boink. Yes, we have that one kind of sideways. Yeah, that's fine. And then we put a belt on top just to give us a little distance from the other hopper that's got the unrefined resin. Down. And over to here. Boom. And we need one more solar panel up on top. Take advantage of as many sides of this thing as we can. The refiner, that is. Got 7 more solar panels. We'll pop that guy on there. These things just really chew up the power. We're out in the open. We might as well take advantage of it. Once we get the resin flowing, these things will be going full on constantly. Not bad. Not bad. Pretty sure it takes 8 resin per batch of refined liquid fuel. Refined liquid resin, sorry. We're not making fuel yet. We're going to. There's a couple little parts I could grab. Garbage, but I'll take them. All right, let's follow this path and see kind of where it goes. Boom. It actually goes way down. In fact, we've got some old belt to take up here. This is all no longer used. All of this. We'll clean that up later. Let's go down one more floor if we can. Actually, 2 floors. Or we can follow this along so you can see where it goes. That's the refined resin coming down. We're on the 3rd floor, minus 30. I call it 3rd floor. This is where all of our routing, anything we need to route across the fortress, 99% of it that routing takes place here on the 3rd floor, or at minus 30. So if we zoom in, I got a labeled refined liquid resin from the farm. File that down. I had to burrow out a bunch of this by hand. Never seem to have enough auto excavators going at one time to burrow out the way I want to lay out my factory. But I've got dozens of them across the fortress. Okay, refined liquid resin comes along here. Boom. Down this way. There's one of them right now, our auto excavators. Refined liquid resin and comes down here. There's a little bottle of it now. Refined liquid resin to storage. So, storage is on the floor below us. We'll take the express elevator here. Refined liquid resin comes down. In fact, I should probably label it. About here. Refined liquid resin from farm. Boink. And then we've got our big storage array here. We don't have a lot stored yet. One little stack. But if you're not familiar with how this works, down it comes. Goes into a priority splitter. Let's see, I'll put that on my hotbar right now. It's this guy. First one on my hotbar. It will take everything and push it off to the left. No, to the right if it can. And so the right, since this thing is mounted sideways, the right, it means dump it onto this belt. So that's the priority. And dumping onto this belt is a priority because this is our path up to use the liquid resin. So into storage, comes out of storage, and anybody that needs it is going to be feeding it off of this belt that's going up. So if there's room on this belt, meaning there's an unmet need, people need it, I want that priority splitter right there to dump onto this belt. Don't bother going through the storage array. Don't waste time. Send it right off to where it's needed. If it can't put on that belt, then it goes and dumps off to its right, which in this case, since it's mounted sideways, dumps off to the top, goes into that belt, kind of hops over down onto this guy, and makes its way into storage. Basically, we've got 3 inputs. They're slow. 3 slow inputs, 3 slow outputs. There's upgraded input and output ports. I don't need them yet, so I've just been using these slow ones. They're a little cheaper. And there we go. There's our refined liquid resin. Hopefully, we can get this belt saturated with incoming refined liquid resin, but it's going to be a while. We still have a lot to scale up. You can see it's just barely trickling in. All right. That is enough of that. There's another auto excavator. I probably need to move. Let me find my way out of here. There's our stairway. And that's our storage. We just saw. Get out of here. Go up to the surface and do a little planning on the surface. Okay, and watch yourselves get beat on, because we're probably going to take another beating. Here's these big guys coming. Yeah, I just can't keep up with this. On this side in particular, we've got 6 of the, what are those things, Mark? Where are you? 6 of the Mark III turrets, but even they can't, they can't keep up. Tons of organic power storage here. Or those are regular storage modules. I guess I could swap these out for organic. I've got some organic mixed in here, I think. Oh, maybe not. That's one upgrade we could do, actually, is convert these to organic. These guys are all organic. They just can't keep up with this particular enemy. I don't know how many hit points it's got, but it's got a ton. And you'll see when the big lasers hit, they deal $3,600 units of damage. Once we get the missiles, it's like on the order of like 20,000 damage per shot. So that's why we're working on this, on the missile stuff. All right, we've got resin. We need to turn that into fuel. And we do that in the refinery controller, not you. Yeah, the next step, I believe, is the refinery controller. Let's see if we can find that. There it is, right here. I need advanced machine blocks. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't make these yet. Advanced machine block assembler. Let's go down. I have some kind of machine blocks being made, but I think they're different. That looks like a good pristine part. Grab those. Let's head down to where we're doing our manual crafting. I have a station here I put down ages ago. And I've kind of forgotten what it's producing for us. This is getting us alloyed machine blocks. That's not what we need. I don't think I've got anything set up to get us the ones that we need. Sorry, I gotta go back up. It's just alloyed machine block, right? Yeah, we're about to take a beating. Look at this guy. I mean, I can get my pea shooter out. Look at that. Feel the power, buddy. Yeah, soon we're gonna be done. Like, even these other sides are pitching in, but it's just, we cannot keep up with these enemies. You can see the little 3600s flashing every time our big lasers take a shot. But at least 3 more big guys coming. I see a 4th one way off in the distance. But yeah, this is silly, right? With 10 hit points per shot. It'd be cool if we could upgrade this laser, but I haven't seen an upgrade for it. A hand laser. All right. Back to business. Let's buy this. What do we need? 30, blah, 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 32 low-grade steel bars. I think I might be making those. Let's go down to level 20. This is kind of our factory area. Way back here. Where would you be? Could be wrong. So we've got tin being smelted there. I think that's copper, and I believe this is our ironworks. Yeah, iron smeltery, actually. This is just iron bars. Oof. Was hoping to see this backed up. It's not. I'm going to have to go between episodes and add another iron mine. We probably still have plenty of bars, iron bars, in the storage. That was where we smelt them. Here's where we use them. And over on this side... Yeah, I'm just using iron bars, aren't I? Iron bars. I'm turning these into empty fuel canisters. You can see in the bottom left. These are super easy to make out of iron. But I thought I had somewhere where I was actually making steel. I've got 2,000 iron gears. I've got kind of a little setup here. What we're doing in this ironworks building is we've got 3 products going on. One is rack rails. That's for our cargo lifts. Those are going down into storage. I've got, like 10,000 rack rails. So we got plenty. Then I've got iron gears just being stored here, 6 storage containers. And there's actually 3 more I can grab from here. So I can grab 900 at a time of these gears. I got plenty, so I'm not going to bother. Those aren't getting routed into storage yet. We might, we may not. And then over here is where I'm making the fuel canisters. Those are super duper easy. Just run it through a couple machines and out come the fuel canisters. We need to pair these up with the refined liquid resin we've been working on. Feed those both into a refinery controller, and out comes the, I think it's jet fuel or something. Then we take that jet fuel, feed it into the missile fueler along with an empty missile case, and we finally get a missile. Once we get the missile, we can run that through yet another machine, imbue it with a bunch of power, kind of like we did with the steel cutter heads over in the factory straight ahead. And then that will increase the damage of each missile tremendously. Then, once you've got the imbued missile, if you're not happy with the power on that, you can put down another machine, feed it pristine stingers, and then you get like an armor piercing imbued missile, and it's even more powerful. These guys are kind of slowly chugging along. I wonder if we're short on anything. Looks like all these are backed up. Okay, somewhere in here, the reason I'm over here, somewhere in here, I am producing low-grade steel bars. Here's a stack of 100 right there. I'm going to grab them. Here's another stack. Grab those. We need those to handcraft our machine block builder, I think. Head back up. At some point, we should probably have a factory that's just storing this low-grade steel. I'm not sure. There's our poor hub. Our poor hub. I'm working on it. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to get there. All right. 32 bars per machine. Advanced machine block assembler. That's what we needed. So let's craft one of these.
Crafting.
And then let's go down to kind of our manual crafting area. It kind of stinks having a manual crafting area, but man, automating all this stuff just takes a lot of time. I think this is our crystal, right? Yeah, our clock maker. This is power modules or something. I don't really use these too much, power boosters. Let's go back here. Pop this new machine down and just see what it's all about. Find a spot on my hotbar for it. This hotbar's not bad. How about... Got some junk on me too. You, machine block assembler. Pop you in that slot. Drop you down. Let's see what you want. No valid attached hoppers. Okay, I'll give you the hopper. And then you're going to tell me what you need. I think I could look on the wiki too. Oh, you want... Oh, man. All right. This wants low-grade steel bars. No big deal. And crystal clocks. No big deal. All right, let's make this remove only. The big deal is I don't have crystal automated. That's why I said, oh, man. But we'll get there. That needs to be a remove only. I think I can actually belt off of here. I might do it. And then put a storage hopper for the machine blocks. All right, crystal clocks. I may have some on me. We saw we had some... Oh, 558. Okay, good. Let's do that here. Crystal clocks for you. And this is the low-grade steel bars, I think, right? Is that right? And no power needed. Nice. Okay, there's... Doesn't like dumping into a block, huh? Onto a belt? That's deceiving, because I see a conveyor belt going right through it. Seems like it should feed on there, no problem, but doesn't like it. So we'll put a hopper there. Make this add only or something. All right, what's going on? Let's see if it's complaining about power low. Okay, fine. We, for the manual crafting, we just do this low tech. Where's my pyrothermics? Boom, and then hopper. And I've got a bunch of infused coal on me pretty much at all times. In fact, I can steal some from over here if I want. Boom, boom. While we're waiting for that to craft some stuff up, let's collect some research, improve cargo lifts. Okay, that's done. And then I noticed in my inventory I had a couple of those things to analyze. Let's do it. It's these guys. Research parts. Let's just throw those in. And have our lab work on that for a little bit. I got some junk to clear out of inventory. I won't do that here on camera. How many of these blocks did we need? Can't remember. This is for the refinery controller, I believe, that we want to make. Let's wait for 2 more of these to build or to craft. In the meantime, I can do some more manual feeding here of my gold foil. Another thing we may want to get automated at some point. Haven't had time to do it. Titanium housings, we'll take it. Copper wire I seem to run out of fairly often. This guy's making that for me. This other stuff I don't really use too much. Copper coils, that can all come up at some point. I haven't used those in ages. How we doing? Oh, good. That should be plenty. Let's head up. We were looking for a refinery controller, right? Let's clear the search. And it should be in here. We just saw it. Refinery controller. Okay, you're happy. You only needed one. Okay, good. Yeah, gold foil only needs 2. Crystal clock's 40. Let's get one of these going. Now the description says processed biomass and useful products must be attached to refinery reactor vat to operate. The handbook for more information. Must be connected. I don't know if this is true or not. We're gonna try something different. See if we can make it work. Craft that. How about here? Let's go place this down and do it manual style. In fact, we can let's go over to where we're doing the fuel canisters. I've got tons of... Should have a bunch of liquid resin on me somewhere. There it is, 520. Let's head over to where we're making the empty fuel canisters. Pop this refinery controller down. Just temporarily and test it out. There's a recipe for the kind of the missile fuel. I can't remember if it's called jet fuel or what. I guess we'll see in a minute, hopefully. But there's 2 recipes for it. One requires the, reactor vat and all that other stuff. I'm hoping this recipe that uses refined liquid resin doesn't require all of that. Let me collect up some of this. Fuel canisters. And I'm just going to put it down here. Our new component. See if I can find a spot on my hotbar that makes sense. Isn't bad. About you on top of that. Pop this guy down. Hopefully it's a single block thing. Okay, this guy must... Oh, not connected to a reactor vat. Must be connected in order to operate. Oh man, I'm not happy about that. Not happy about that. Does this tell me? Okay, the refinery allows you to recombine carbohydrates found on the alien planet into useful materials. To operate it, requires 2 parts. The refinery controller and a refinery reactor vat. The refinery controller is the machine that maintains the precise chemical balances required to create the desired products. In order to function, the raw product needs to be supplied to the controller, as well as enough power to function. Storage hoppers connected to the controller can receive the output product. Connecting a controller to a vat is as simple as placing the controller anywhere directly against the vat. If connected, the pop-up window will display, and the controller will orient itself towards the vat and extend pipes to connect to it. All right, we're gonna try something different. A refinery can process only one product at a time. You can cycle through the different recipes by pressing E. Having the controller selected, it can only start producing a new result until the internal storage can accommodate it. If a different product is still in there, production cannot continue. You can retrieve products from the controller by pressing Q or by connecting a storage hopper. Manufacturing time, blah, blah, blah. Let's look at the reactor vat. Refinery reactor vat allows you to recombine. Okay, we saw that. A refinery reactor vat is a large structure built from reactor vat component blocks. When placed in a solid 3x3 configuration, the vat will display a large machine, as a large machine. The reactor vat contains the chemical process required to blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. It's possible to stack vats on top of each other, each one connected to a controller in order to allow the controller to operate on multiple vats at the same time. This will give you a linear increase in production and power costs, as well as storage of output product. Each vat can store 10 completed products before it will run out of room to process more. The bonus in using more vats, one controller, is avoiding having to make multiple expensive refinery controllers. All right. Each vat contains many electrical conduits as well as many transport pipes. Because of this, any power supply to the vats will also be delivered to the connected controller. Maximum power storage of the refinery depends on the amount of vats connected. Seems like we're gonna need the vat, unfortunately. Must be connected. Let's try... I'm going off of information on the wiki, by the way. And that seems to indicate that we can feed in just empty canisters and the refined liquid resin and get something out. Does this guy give us any option? Ooh. Okay. Plastic pellets. High energy composite fuel. Plastic pellets. High energy composite fuel. That's what we kind of want. Not connected to reactor vat. Pretty sure that's going to be the limiting thing. Shoot. All right. Let's take all this up. Boom, boom. We'll grab pathetically 8 more canisters here. And let's go. We'll go get the reactor vat components. We need 9 of them. And we'll try and set this up over in the manual crafting area. See if we can make it work. I may not have the ingredients to build the reactor vat or to craft those components. If not, I'll do that between episodes maybe. And then we'll come back and test it out. But let's see if I can at least purchase them here. Got a tiny bit of faster surface to run on here. Up we go. All right, refinery reactor vat component. Yeah, we're good. We need 9 of these. 1, 2, 3, 27. Sorry, we need 27 of these. Boy, 27. Says refinery reactor vat component must be built 3 by 3 by 3. 27 total. Requires an attached refinery controller. Place in a 3 by 3 by 3. Yeah, 9 per level, 3 levels. All right, 27. We're gonna have to go get more advanced machine blocks, but we have them down there. Let's stick with this task. See if we can make it happen. Hop back here. Should we refill these while we're here? Do it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to automate crystal. It's the one thing we're not really mining well right now at all. All right, there's 30 more. This guy has plenty of power. What do you need? Okay, he's doing his thing. We got 19. We need 27. Crafting. There we go. And this is gonna be these are the machines we need to make fuel for our missiles. That is what we're working on. And we're just gonna pilot this out here. We definitely need the missiles automated, because we're gonna need a steady stream of them, but we're just gonna experiment with this now. Out here. All right, let me find a place on the hotbar. There's a couple spots, I think. Yeah, I see a couple spots we can use. Let's hop this guy down here for now. 27. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Getting lag. I'm not sure if it's just the size of my factory or what. Like magic, there it is. All right. We gotta hook up a controller. That's this guy, right? Nope. Where are you? This guy here. Boom. Just needs to be next to it. Okay, yeah, they said it automatically orients itself. What the heck? Am I supposed to put stuff in here? I just cannot remember. High energy composite fuel. That's what I want. Where to put my storage? I guess we could... I mean, this is one way, one way to cover all the bases. Let's put in some of that goodness, and we need to get power over here too. And we need our little empty canisters, 26. Okay, and then we need to get some kind of power going. Let's put down a couple this time. Make these remove only, just in case the vat is going to unload stuff. Top this with used coal. Boom, kaboom. Okay. What's going to happen? It says missing 2 biomass. Oh, let's hit E again. Aha. There's 2 recipes for that high energy composite fuel. One leverages biomass and one leverages the refined liquid resin. So hitting E switched over to the alternate recipe. It looks like it's doing it. Processing high energy composite fuel there at the bottom left. 100%. Where are you putting it? Is it in the vat itself, and can I get it out of there? Or is it in the controller? Oh. Okay, let's put storage container here. Yeah, and we're just kind of piloting this process. How do I get it out? How do I get it out? How do I get this material out? Add only. Okay, it's being jumped in here. We want remove only on you. Remove only on you. And check it out. We've got our fuel. Awesome. This is probably a good place to end this episode. So this isn't too bad. It kicks it out. Not too bad, right? It's not too terribly slow. And they said something about you could hook up multiple reactor vats to the same controller or something. We'll have to read that. Let's see. Can I hit H here? Look at that one more time. Okay, the reactor vat is a large structure built from blah, blah, blah. Okay. The reactor vat contains the chemical process required to recombine carbohydrates. In order to function, it must be connected to a controller. It is possible to stack vats on top of each one connected to controller. On top of each one connected to a controller. In order to allow the controller to operate on multiple vats at the same time. This will give you linear increase in production and power cost, as well as the storage of output product. Each vat can store 10 completed products before it will run out of room to process more. Okay, the bonus in using more vats on one controller is to avoid having to make multiple expensive refinery controllers. Each vat contains many electrical conduits, blah, blah, blah. Okay, they're basically saying the power just transfer. Wherever you add power, it's going to transfer to the whole machine setup. I can't really interact with the vat itself, right? I can't access its little inventory. But it is dumping out through the controller, right? Because our output's coming out through the controller. This output hopper is not touching the vat. So I'm guessing, I'm going to experiment here for a second before we end the episode. I want to put these hoppers on the vat and see if they work. Probably just put one. In fact, let's empty this guy out. Starting at a baseline state where there's nothing. And let's slap a hopper down just on the vat, but not touching the controller. And we'll put in our ingredients. If I have any, 8 canisters and whatever fuel I got that fits. Those can probably both go in. Is it going to pull from there or not? Doesn't look like it. I may have to read about this offline. Or I can grapple to it. Maybe that helps. That's not working, right? That's not doing anything for us. What seems... I'm not sure what the vats do. Yeah, I'm not sure what the vats are doing for us. Nothing in here. This is all just power. Seems like our inputs need to be connected, right? To the controller. So what would multiple vats do? One more time. It's possible to stack vats atop of each one connected to a controller. In order to allow the controller to operate on multiple vats at the same time, this will give you a linear increase in production and power cost, as well as storage of output product. Each vat can store 10 completed products before it run out of room to process more of the bonus. And using more vats on one controller to avoid having to make multiple expensive refinery controllers. All right. I guess we'd still have to have the inputs here. Right? Let's pick all that up. I put this stuff back in. Move only, just for the heck of it. And you, and you. Okay. Okay, yeah. So the inputs need to be touching the controller. The output needs to touch the controller. We can pull that off just to verify that. Don't think we can get output right off the vat. It only. Let's see if this processes. Yeah, it's still processing. We'll watch it go down one more. 488. There it goes. And we are not able to output through the vat. All right. Well, we learned some things about the vat and the controller, refinery controller. It's going to allow us to produce this fuel, which we are desperate for. We've got the refined liquid resin automated. May not be the fastest. We need to scale that up probably. And then you saw that we have the empty fuel canisters or whatever these are called. Yeah, empty fuel canister. Those are automated as well. We need to route those two ingredients into a new factory that's producing the fuel, and then we need to dump that fuel probably into storage. A new storage array down on level 4, minus 40. So we've got some work to do. Then, then that is one half of the ingredients to a missile. Once we have that, we'll have to make use of these missile assemblers. These guys just take a copper pipe and a gold wire. Neither one of those things we have automated. But we'll probably do this all in a single factory. Make these empty missiles. We'll just set up a new factory building, wire in copper ingots and gold ingots, and then inside the factory, convert the copper to pipe, convert the gold to wires, combine the two into empty missiles, right? We'll run that through a missile assembler, this building or machine I'm looking at right now. And then maybe we store those empty missiles somewhere and then set up another factory to fuel them. Or in the same factory where we're going to make these empty missiles, we could just route in the fuel and then throw this, if there's room, throw this fueler in that same factory. And just, yeah, keep all those processes together. Send in copper bar, send in gold wire, send in the rocket fuel. And then we'd be good to go. I think we'd have missiles. And then we want to run those through another couple of processes, though. So it might be hard to do that all in one factory. We'll try. We could always do multiple factories that do the same thing, the same multiple processes, and spit out completed missiles for us. That's probably the direction we'll go. But first, we got to finish the rocket fuel production. So we've got our work cut out for us. Going to end this one here for now. This is Glidercat signing off, saying thanks so much for watching. We've made quite a bit of progress last couple episodes. Got our refined liquid resin humming, doing pretty good. we've got a structure there, at least a model there. We can scale that up big time. We talked about speeding up the power generation there too. Let's look at that before we end. Right now, what I'm talking about is we've got these basic laser transmitters, right? They can only transmit a tiny bit of power. And that's what's feeding our agitator for the hive that's encapsulated here. That agitator is the one prompting the hive to generate more hard resin that we're farming, and it just doesn't have enough power to keep this thing growing as fast as we'd like. So we talked about upgrading the laser transmitters. Let me just see what that's going to take in terms of ingredients, and it might be something I can tackle between episodes. Not that much to see. Let's see what I have access to in terms of transmitters. I'm using Mark 1s all over the place. I've got a few, well, I've got several basics still lingering around, and we just saw they're on the tunnel for our hivemind farm. Mark 3s are alloyed machine blocks. Is that what we just made? 7 per. Ooh. Ooh, and these take the crystal clocks. Mark 2s take titanium housings and secondary upgrade modules. We could at least upgrade to this. These are easy. I got plenty of these ingredients. These are, I'm kind of manually making these right now. Factory setup's kind of manual, but not too bad. But I can make a lot. I can make what I need. We probably need close to 20 of these. And these give us, I think, quite a bit more power than the Mark 1s. Way more power than the basics. So this will be like a 10 times improvement in the power. So that should kick up the growth of the hive mind and allow us to mine more liquid resin without depleting that hive mind. And then again, we saw before, we can always add some hive mind farms. There's 2 more hive minds nearby. The one that we've already got set up. But yeah, we'll try and work on getting the fuel production going next episode. Like I said, between episodes, I may do some kind of tedious work just to get us situated. At some point, I need to go mine that crystal. If it looks interesting, I need to automate the mining of crystal. If it looks interesting, I will try to do that on camera. If it looks like it's going to be a lot of tedium, then I won't do it on camera. I'll just show you what I did. But I think there's going to be a fair amount of work to get that going. Because down where the crystal is in the cold caverns, I'm making my way down there. I think it's level 200. I don't think I've got teleporters set up yet for that. But down here at level 200, belts don't work so great. So we have to use transport tubes. And I have not used those yet. Here we come down here. So the crystal that we've got, somewhat pathetically and unsurprisingly, has come from my little manual supplying some fuel here. Supply the power. Our hub, let's see, this guy's got an organic cutter head in it. These are pretty good too. I don't think they're quite as good as the imbued cutter heads, but they are required. Some kind of cutter head is required, I think, for the crystal. And they do get us more input. I think it might be 3 times what the default cutter head is. Let's pump some more power into this thing. I'll grab some of this crystal. But yeah, to automate this mining, we need to set up a, a cargo lift. We got all kinds of stuff that we would need to do to make this work. So that is going to be some work. But we've got crystal right nearby, so at least a little bit. We have a lot to do. We have a lot to do. A lot to do to get that automated. Oh man, but we're going to need it. I think are we going to need it or not? Yeah, we're going to need it. I think we're going to need it automated. Anyway, we'll see when we get to that. Not sure. Like I said, I may do it between episodes. We'll grab the crystal that we've got there manually. Turn that into crystal clocks. I don't have, there's a teleporter right here. These are super awesome, by the way. Click, pick a location. I've got all these locations spelled out here. We want level 20 home. Boom. And lickety split. We're right where we want to be. So good place to end the episode. Like I said, I'll do some homework between episodes. For now, Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoy this series, FortressCraft Evolved. Really enjoy this game quite a bit. A lot. Set aside some time if you decide to take up this game because it takes a lot of time. But boy, it's only limited by your imagination. And we've got, I don't know how many thousands of machines I've got down, and we're running still pretty performant. So I'm pretty happy with this game. Oh, one last thing. It's late, I'm tired, so I'm babbling, but let's, I want to show you this. Here's kind of a bird's eye view of our hub layout. So down below, it doesn't look so organized, but up here, you can see we are super duper symmetric with what we're doing here, right? We've got rows of lasers, almost symmetric. We've got things to build out if we want to make it totally symmetric, and I should do that at some point. But then we got rows of collector, vacuum, storage hoppers, another row of lasers, vacuum hoppers, row of lasers, vacuum hoppers. Kind of get the picture. So it's kind of cool. Not a bad view. There's our hub in the middle and our overminds, the guys that we're trying to battle. We need to destroy at some point. They're the ones sending all these hordes at us. They're off in each one of these cardinal directions here. Boom, boom. Out that way there's one, and way out that way there's one. Eventually, if we can fight back these mobs, and that's what we're working on the missiles for. If we can fight back the mobs, the next thing we're going to need to do is significantly ramp up our power production, like huge. Build, I think it's an orbital power transmitter and a some kind of orbital laser. Takes a ton of power, right? And as we generate more power, we're going to get tons more enemies. So we'll need more missile turrets and all that kind of stuff needs to scale up. But once we can fight off the hordes and our base rating gets really high, then we can power this orbital power transmitter or whatever and blast away the overminds at our four corners here. That'll be the end of the hordes. We may choose to leave one alive just so we can get the bug parts. And then at that point, we'll need to decide if we want to go into the Frozen Factory content. I know nothing about it, but I've got that DLC already installed. And I'm not sure how we even transition to it, but that could come next. We've also got to work on the quarry that I talked about. That is going to be cool to see. That's probably, we could divert and do that next episode. We'll see. That's going to allow us to dig down almost infinitely. That'll bring up the ores for us and allow me to set up the mining tunnels or cargo lifts if we choose to keep going that route. A lot easier than the way I've been doing it. So we've got a bajillion tunnels here. Shafts, mining shafts, tons of them. 30 maybe? More? 50? I don't know how many there are. It's lots. But every time we build a shaft, I got to go down there and kind of manually clear out the ore that's in our way. The quarry is going to do that for us. So I am looking forward to that. All right, enough of my babbling. Thank you, patrons. Thank you, channel members. Thank you, subscribers. And thank you to everybody that's been giving the videos a thumbs up. I will see you in the next one.